Pradeep sir, let us start the program.
Okay,
When
thank
there
you.
are more interested participants, they will
We
be
can join.
joining.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. So the PowerPoint presentation, how do I like share it?
Can you share it from your point, from your end?
Let me see how to do it because I'm using this for the first time.
Okay, okay.
Sharing. Or do you have to give me rights to share?
Yeah, perhaps I will have to permit you to do that. Can you just make a trial?
I sure. Just give me a second. Dr. Saju, are you able to see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
presentation?
Sure, sir. It's visible, sir. It's
Okay.
evident.
So a very good evening to all of you. I hope
Sir, I
you
shall
are
give
able
you
to.
just a note of welcome. Then we'll begin, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Very good evening to all of you gathered here, especially the resource person of the day, Mr. Pradeep DH, and all the interested participants of the webinar. The webinar has been titled German Language Learning Opportunities, and this seminar has been specifically planned by the Human Resources Development Cell of the college in order to acquaint students with the possible chances, especially the higher studies opportunities as well as job environments possible for the students belonging to St. Joseph's community by way of learning German language. So there are many avenues for learning German language, and Mr. Pradeep DH would be giving us an introduction to the possibilities of learning the language, and thereafter we'll be given informed the chances for higher studies, especially higher job prospects for the student community here. On behalf of all the students as well as the resource person gathered here, I welcome you all, especially Mr. Pradeep, to give an introduction to the St. Joseph's College fraternity about the topic of today's webinar. So, I wish you a good time today in this evening. Thank you very much, sir. Over.
Thank you, Dr. Saju, and thank you all of you who are attending this webinar. I would like to thank the principal miss also for giving us the permission to conduct this webinar. Now, as Dr. Saju already mentioned, the topic of the webinar is German language learning opportunities. So here we're talking about a language which is different from English, which is a Central European language, and the opportunities which are related to it as to how would you benefit by learning this language. Let me see, I need to move the slide. So German language is spoken in this part of the world. Now this is the central part of Europe. The countries here are Germany, called Deutschland, and hence the letter D, Austria, Switzerland, shown with the abbreviation CH, and Liechtenstein, L. So all these countries are very close to each other, and they are in the central part of Europe, and hence the region where German language is spoken is known as Dachel region. Now, since it's in the central part of Europe, German language is called as is a Central European language. In addition to the countries mentioned in the Dachel acronym, German language is also official language in Luxembourg and Belgium. These are the flags of the four countries: Germany, Austria.
Excuse me, sir. Your slides are not moving. Can you just make the screens full screen, or the slides are not moving? Can you just see to that?
It is full screen at my end.
here in the shared screen seems to be only referring to the second slide.
Which, this one?
Yeah, yeah. German classes for students of St. Joseph's College in Naroda remains to be still.
No, I have moved it. I don't know.
It's not moving at our end.
Let me see. How about now?
Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah. Now it shows the map. Right.
Right. So
Can you
this was
just
the,
make it a full screen?
it is full screen.
No, what is evident to us, visible to us, is only the minimized version of it.
It is. How about now?
It's enlarged, but not full screen. Can you just make the whole program in full swing?
This is in full screen right now. And now I'm going to click on the share. Are you able to see the screen now?
Yeah, screen is visible even though it is not full screen. Okay, let us continue, sir. No problem.
Okay. Anyway, the presentation would be shared with the students later on. So now, these are the flags of the 4 countries. The first flag is of the Federal Republic of Germany, then Austria, then Switzerland, and then finally of the Kingdom of Liechtenstein. Now the question, why learn German language? Why are people all over the world, be it Latin America, be it the northern part of Africa, be it Philippines, be it Malaysia, be it Indonesia, all these countries, China, India, why are they learning German? Because of the emigration opportunities. The country has an aging population. Most of the people are in the age group where they are soon or have already crossed the age till which a person is allowed to work in Germany. So they need people, younger people who can occupy their universities, populate their workforce so that the economy can keep going on. German economy is the largest and strongest economy in European Union, and that's why it is fueled by the manufacturing sector. So you need people and youngsters, and that's the reason why people are learning German so that they can get employed in Germany. Now let's talk about the benefits for you, that is the students of St. Joseph College. The first reason which could be for you to learn German language is higher education opportunities in Germany. In public universities in Germany, no tuition fee is charged, and that is the most lucrative part as far as opportunities in Germany for higher education is concerned. Many students from India, and believe me, they are not just from engineering background, they are from humanities, commerce, pure sciences background as well. They're going to Germany to enroll in master's program at public universities. No tuition fee is charged. They are allowed to work 20 hours per week part-time. And in addition, the part-time, like I have a student who in September, he's from Christ College. He did his BSc Geology there. He's working at 13 euros per hour at a delivery shop called Flink. It's a chain. And he basically is doing well for himself. And the best part is that in Germany, during the master's course, be it engineering or be it any subject, they do not have classes 6 days a week or 5 days a week. Even I'm talking about the pre-pandemic time as well. Their system of higher education facilitates autonomous learning by the students, yeah, wherein they prescribe, they do not have like, so the classes are like twice in a week or thrice in a week, 2 hours per class and things like that. So a lot of time is provided to the students to explore the subject. And also, see, everybody who enters masters need not become a scholar or need not have the scholar's aptitude. They do it for some other person, for other reason, like to settle down there, to get a job. Few of the students who go into masters are scholarly and they want to do their research. For them, that extra time which the university gives, that is 2 hours a day class, 2 classes per week, and the rest of the time is free. That is for those scholars to get deep into the language, get deep into the subject. But since 80%, 90% of the students who enroll in masters are not looking for research opportunities, they just want to do their masters and exit the academic system. They use their time to create connections in the industry, to earn part-time, earn with part-time job, which actually is a very student-friendly higher education mechanism. In addition, after the master's program, the students are allowed 1.5 years stay back to look for a job. Research, education, research. If you plan to do research after your master's, funds flow like anything. You are never to be in suffering for funds. As a matter of fact, the least that you would get is about 1,500 euros per month. In addition, you again get opportunities to teach. You generally become a teaching assistant, and the per teaching unit rates are very high in Germany. Second reason why you people could learn German language is vocational training programs. This category of immigration was opened last year because it is not just that there is a shortage of white collar employees in Germany, but also of blue collar employees. For that, you need vocationally people trained in vocational professions, right? The duration of these courses is from 3 to 3.5 years. They emphasize on dual education. Dual education means equal or rather greater emphasis on the practical part than on the theory part. So generally it is 30% theory and 70% practical. And that 70% practical, you'll be working at an organization related to the industry of which you are practicing a trade. Like if you want to become an industrial welder is not the ordinary welder. Industrial welder is a welder who works in big chemical plants or other factories, and they are paid very handsomely. Then in that training, in that vocational training program, 30% is your theory and 70% you'll be working at such a setup where they are already doing this thing as an apprentice. And you are given a stipend to the tune of 1,000 euros per month. This is not limited to, it's a big list of professions: nurses, mechanics, plumbers, electricians. Many people who do their engineering from India, they go to Germany, they enroll for master's program, they drop out of it, and then they join vocational training programs because they see more money coming their way and more employment opportunities also for them. And the best part is that you earn from the first day of the vocational training program. In addition, you're also allowed to work 10 hours per week. Employment in Germany, again, as I told you, they have an aging population, so there's a large number of employment opportunity. So you learn German language in India, whatever you do your graduation or post-graduation in, and then apply for a visa, for a job seeker visa, and seek an employment in Germany, or you approach organizations from India, and then once you get the offer letter, you apply for a visa. But one thing you have to understand is that they may have an aging population. They know that 20 years from now, the stock of people that they have right now, it's going to change. There'll be more of people from Asia and Latin America and Africa who would be known as Germans 20 years from now. One thing they can keep alive is their language. And that's why you may be most talented person, the smartest person, the most brilliant engineer, most brilliant person in your subject, and not know German language. They would rather prefer a person who is mediocre but knows German language, because that's the only way those guys can keep their culture, the language part of their culture alive. So knowing the language is very important. Otherwise, getting a job in Germany is very difficult. Jobs in India. The Indo-German trade is growing by leaps and bounds. There are many, to the towns of 3,000, 4,000 German companies operating in India and their subsidiaries. In addition, offshoring of German businesses has been happening for the past 15 years, be it Amazon, be it AXA, be it Siemens, be it Robert Bosch. Everybody requires people who know German language, because they need somebody to manage the transactions and interactions between the head office in Germany and the subsidiaries in India. In addition, for companies like Amazon, they need people who can manage the back-end work related to the orders which are placed on Amazon by people who know German language. That by itself gives employment to about 15,000 people across the back-end centers of Amazon in Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai. Right? That is the amount of opportunities that you have in India if you know German language. But in addition, if you plan to do your B.Ed, want to become a school teacher, then if you know German language, you can easily get an opportunity at any IB school, Cambridge school, or any other schools across India, or even in Middle East, in this Gulf region. People are preferring, international schools are now preferring people who not only know a foreign language, but also can teach, are qualified to teach maybe history, English, mathematics, physics, or something like that, so that the school can have value for money, because there is a limit to which you can make use of a person who is just a German language teacher in a school, because number of periods are very less, right? In CBSE, it is just 3 periods per class per week. So that is not value for money, because German language teachers, they come at a higher price than the normal teachers in a school, because of the demand and supply logic. So it is more worthwhile for the schools to employ a person as a teacher if the person is qualified to teach maybe history or English, in addition can teach German language. These people get really good salaries in the international schools if you're looking forward to career as a school teacher. You can work as a German language translator or interpreter, especially if you are doing your graduation or post-graduation in any of the languages. Because you need to have in order to become a translator or interpreter, you need to have a command not only over the target, but also over the source language. So if you want to become a Malayalam German translator, you not only need to know this German language in and out, but also you need to know Malayalam in and out. Otherwise, you would not be able to do justice to the translation. But since there would be people among you who are learning languages, maybe Hindi or Malayalam or English, this is an opportunity for you. A lot of technical translation work happens in India, and interpretation opportunities are there, because lots of people come from Germany visiting the subsidiaries in India. It could be simply like a machine from Germany comes and the technician is from Germany, and he has to explain it to the engineers in India. So you need somebody who speaks German and English so that the conversation can happen and the thing can be rectified. The payment is very good. Then, since you are college students, summer vacation jobs in Germany, you just need to prove that you're a bona fide student of the college, that your college has a summer break, and you have the basic level of proficiency in German. If you have, then you are eligible to apply for a summer vacation job in Germany while you are a student of St. Joseph College. Right? Nowadays, this could be difficult because of COVID. You know, college student is having a summer vacation because classes are on even the summer vacation. But in good times or better times, this is an opportunity you can benefit from. And generally, in a 2-month vacation, people generally return with about 50,000-60,000 rupees in pocket. Understand, these are just college students. 50,000-60,000 and an international exposure makes a lot of difference while seeking employment at a later stage in life, because you already have international exposure. Then voluntary social year or voluntary ecological year in Germany. So instead of going to a placement agency or a consultant who would charge you lakhs of rupees after your graduation to apply for a higher education course in Germany or to migrate to Germany, the best thing is, after your graduation, you apply for a voluntary social year or ecological year in Germany, wherein you'll be working with an NGO. You get a pocket money of about 400 euros, and you get accommodation. You will be with charitable organizations, and the visa is valid for 1 year. So in that 1 year, without paying anything, yes, you just have to pay the flight tickets. Your boarding lodging is taken care of. 400 euros pocket money you're getting. You can use that time to explore the academic environment in Germany, apply for the courses in Germany, do everything yourself without having to pay lakhs of rupees. Had you done that from Kerala with the help of a consultant? So this is a wonderful opportunity. I really urge you to look into this, especially people who are going to pass the third year in the near future. The only thing is that you need to know German. You need to have the A2 level German certificate. The certificates I will talk about at a later stage. Au pair, if you love taking care of children, if you would like to help people manage their families, single families or joint families or huge families. Now, this is not something which is looked down upon. Yeah, this is not an ayah kind of thing. This is very dignified engagement in the European context. You get a good pocket money, your boarding and lodging is taken care of, and along with that, the host family has to fund your language course as well. So people from many countries go on au pair visa. They work for 1 year as au pair with the family. They learn the German language, they learn culture, they get exposed to the culture, and after the au pair, they either enroll for a master's program or for a vocational training program, and they extend their stay in Germany, or in some cases they even apply for a job. So this is another way of getting to Germany and then exploring better opportunities without having an agent squeeze out money from you. Now let's talk about the language. So can I learn German or not? Let's look at these sentences. Meine Schwester hat braunes Haar. Yeah, it means my sister has brown hair. Sie ist intelligent. She is intelligent. Sie studiert Medizin in Berlin. She is studying medicine in Berlin. Sie kann gut singen. She can sing well. So you can see how close these two languages are, English and German. So if you know some English, it is rather easy for you to learn German than maybe French or any of the languages of the Far East. And in addition, pronouncing words in German is very easy because it is pronounced exactly the way it is written. Now, let's talk about German language and the levels. Remember, I spoke about A1, A2 levels. German language is taught in levels. A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. A1 and A2 are the basic levels, wherein you are taught how to introduce yourself, how to understand basic messages. If you're at an airport, there is a public announcement made, you should be able to understand that, so on and so forth. So just the basic survival German. An extension of that in A2. B1 is the intermediate level where you're exposed to the formal communication in the language, writing, formal emails, letters, speaking in a formal manner at an interview, interacting with officials. So you get exposed to a different kind of vocabulary, and that is how the progression happens in the process of increasing your proficiency level in the language. I would advise you to do till about A2 while you're still in college, if you're interested in it. Now let's cut to the chase. What can we offer you? We are offering A1 level online course, 2 hours a day, Monday to Friday, 8 weeks. And the discounted course for you is 10,000 rupees. Those who participate in the course and attend 75% of classes would be awarded a course participation certificate. Once we get the enrollments, the class timings will be finalized. Generally, it would be early mornings or late evenings because most students would be available at that time. This is as far as the study material is concerned, the expense involved. Online batch will not have more than 20 students. It will be conducted using Zoom. There will be only live classes, no recordings would be there. And of course, since you're college students, 1 week before the semester exams, and just the semester exams, not for anything else, there would be a break in the course, and immediately after the semester exams, the course would be resumed. So for those who are interested, they can reach us at this number, Once again, the PowerPoint presentation would be shared with you by Dr. Saju, and then the enrollment form can be filled and you can complete the enrollment process. So a few interesting quotes related to language. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe is equivalent to Shakespeare. What Shakespeare is for English literature, the same stature Johann Wolfgang von Goethe has in German literature. So he made this interesting statement. Those who know nothing of foreign languages know nothing of their own. If you learn a foreign language, and as you learn it, you would explore your own mother tongue from a different perspective, and you would understand it much better. So now it's time for question and answers. Your questions, and I'm ready to answer them. Yeah? So, Dr. Saju?
Well, sir, that's well said, sir. So let me just begin with a few questions, right? So this seems to be a preparatory course that you are actually running. And if the students would like to have some international certification, could you please explain on that if our students are interested? And also, I would also like to get to know, could there be any placement opportunities that your institute could provide to our student community, especially on the way to Germany and finding opportunities, job opportunities, or higher studies opportunities possible for the community?
Thank you, Dr. Saju. So, that's okay. So, yes, as far as the international certifications are concerned, these international certifications are provided by the following testing agencies, as you would see in one of the slides. First is the Goethe Institute. The tests happen at the centers in Kochi and Trivandrum in Kerala. Of course, there are many other centers in India. Second testing agency is TELC. Then the third is OST, the Austrian Language Diploma, which has a testing center in Kochi. And the last is ECL, which has a testing center in Kottayam in Kerala. Of course, there are more across the country. Now, the certificates, once you attend the course, you are prepared for the examination and you can go for the exam, write the exam, and if you pass it, you get the certificate. What we can do is that we can tell you about the institute, we can tell you how to register, and since the registration process has to be done by the individual, such are the norms of those testing agencies. We can tell you about the dates and you will have to register on your own. And once you get registered, because getting a seat is not very easy, because lots of aspirants are there. Kerala happens to have the largest number of German language learners in the country. So the demand for this registration, getting a seat in the exam is very high in Kerala. So if you get the seat, you can apply and pay the examination fee, get the certificate if you pass it. And once you get that, you can use it while applying for a visa in Germany at the German embassy. In addition, while applying for higher education at the colleges or for other things like the voluntary social program or for this vocational training. Second part, the second question as to the employment opportunities. The best organization, see, there is a lot of corruption, there is a lot of cheating which is happening on this front. So what we believe is the following. We connect the students with what is pro recognition. Pro recognition is a part of the Indo-German Chamber of Commerce, which is a part of the German government. Pro recognition has its office in Pune. So all our students are advised to get in touch with them. The people working at the pro recognition, they are paid by the German government to help aspirants from different countries in their job search, guide them with respect to the application process. In some cases, your certificates would have to be translated. In some cases, an equivalence of recognition has to be provided. For example, if you do your bachelor's program in India, then if you're applying for a master's there, you have to have this recognition process in some cases, which is also facilitated by them. They are the most authentic and credible point of contact for all these activities. Of course, there are many other placement agents all across the country, but generally there have been many bad experiences as well in that case. So the best point of contact is pro recognition. All people who join our course, they are given the contact details at the initial part of the course itself, so they can start communicating with them. Now, this is as far as the job opportunities are concerned. Higher education, First thing you have to do is, while you are in second year or beginning of third year, you should go to the website of German Academic Exchange Service and then go to the list of courses. And once you do that, you can use the drop down menu, select the course, and let me show that to you. Give me a second. Let me show that to you. I'll just show that to you.
Well, that is well explained, sir. So could you also give us a mention about the approximate fees that students will have to pay when they attend the international certification?
Approximate fee is, as of now, for the A1 level, I think it is 8,000, but they keep on changing it and it is different from center to center. Approximately for an A2 exam, it would be somewhere around 7 to 8,000 rupees for the Goethe exam. Hello, Dr. Saju.
Well, I can listen. Okay, sir. That's good. Are you sharing your screen?
No, I'm sharing. There are a lot of pop-ups coming of students who want to join. I'm just clicking on admit.
I see. I can admit, sir. You can just share the screen.
Okay, then I'll go there. Yeah.
Well, if there are students interested in asking questions, they can perhaps proceed with those questions while the screen is being shared.
Oh, it says can't share your screen. You must grant permissions in order to screen share.
Okay, please make a request. I can grant you permission.
Request made.
Yeah.
Are you able to see this screen?
Not yet, sir. It's coming up. It's coming up.
Okay.
But it's okay, sir. It's okay.
Okay. So let's take a situation where the person wants to do master's program in Germany. So first degree, master. Look at the drop down. You select master. Okay. Now, okay, let's imagine the person has studied economics, BA Economics, St. Joseph College, as an example. Okay. Then you select economic sciences, right? Then comes another drop down, subject group, economic sciences, right? Within that, what do you want? See, master's programs, they go for specialization. So the person has done bachelor's in economics from St. Joseph or is doing it, wants to do, this is a situation we are, the example we are taking, okay? So first you select master's in the drop down here, master, then you select economic sciences, then within that economic sciences, now what do you want to do it in, right? Lot of things which come under economic sciences. Let's click accounting, taxation, business administration, business and economic pedagogy, business consultancy, business management, economic sciences, just economics, international business, human resource management, logistics, trade and industry, sustainability science. Now, course English, right? It can be at university, University of Applied Sciences or University of Fine Arts. Now look here on the right part of right side of the screen. You have the courses listed out here. Tuition fee, none. Let's go into this. Accounting and control. It's a master's program. Berlin School of Economics and Law. Advanced Mineral Resource Development, no tuition fee. Here you have a tuition fee mentioned out there. Let's skip that. No tuition fee. Agricultural Economics, no tuition fee. Applied Business Data Science. It has an expense involved. Applied Economics and Data Science. Let's look at this one. Okay, so I've clicked on it. Let us see what happens. This page comes. So you have first this overview. What does it tell you? It tells you the medium of instruction is English. So once you apply for masters in Germany, make sure that either you, because you can do it in English, German or English and German. 99% people go for the English language, the medium of instruction as English for the master's program, because that is manageable. And the medium of English, if you take it as German, it will become difficult for you unless you're very good with the language. So you have to show proof of your proficiency in English language, which could either be in most cases take a certificate from your college stating that while you were doing your graduation at St. Joseph College, the medium of instruction was English. That suffices. Because I had a student from Carmel College, Mala, who is now doing MSc Mathematics at the Free University of Berlin. She did not give IELTS exam. She got a certificate from her HOD at that Carmel College stating that her BSc Mathematics was done in with this medium of instruction as English. You can also try for something like that from your college. So it tells you the basic information. It's Masters of Science. It is focusing on applied economics, data science. Now, let's go to admission. Here, it says bachelor's degree or equivalent degree in this thing or economics. Since you have economics in your college, economics. So you're eligible. Further requirements, you get links out here. Now, if you want any clarity, all these, you click on any of these courses, you will have a contact box out here. The moment you send an email with your query, what happens is that within 48 hours, you get a response providing you all the details pertaining to the admission. And if you have a query which is very specific, you can put it across to them and they would answer it in less than 1 week. That's how prompt they are with their communication. So this is what you have to do as far as finding the appropriate course for you is concerned. This I would advise you to do starting the last part of your second year or at least beginning of your third year, because it takes time, because you have to prepare for these master's program, because it involves writing a motivation letter wherein you have to tell those people in that one-page document as to why after doing your BSc economics, you are a good fit for this course, which is Masters in Applied Economics and Data Science. And if it requires you to learn a bit more of statistics, we're again talking about this as an example, then while you're doing your bachelor's in economics, you can talk to your professors and say, please suggest me a book so that I can improve my knowledge of statistics, as the case might be. So if you're doing your BA English in literature at St. Joseph College and you want to do your master's, now the options there, what you would see out there would be British literature. Let us see. British literature, or you would have something else, maybe American literature. So language and culture studies, okay? So many options come, right? So what happens in these cases is that you have lots of options. It goes into super specialization mode. So you need at least 6 to 7 months of your bachelor's program to prepare for applying in a convincing manner to these universities. And you may at times have to take the help of your professors also, because they may advise you to read a few extra books or do some projects so that you are prepared for those master's program. Now, the second screen which I want to share with you is this, pro recognition. So pro recognition, So this is Pro Recognition, the most authentic source of information regarding migration to Germany, be it for education, higher education, or employment. These are the people, they are a part of Indo-German Chamber of Commerce, and they keep conducting webinars. Both German Academic Exchange Service, the DAAD, as well as this organization keeps conducting events, is what you have to click here or on the site of German Academic Exchange Service. Now go to the contact details. You can even book a consultation, right? Which is very helpful. Yeah, this is the team. They're very helpful. You can contact them, email them, call them. You can have a Skype session with them. They try their best to resolve all queries. So rather than going to a consultant who you do not know, may or may not help you in the end, or may or may not do justice completely the payment that you make, you should go to an organization like Pro Recognition, which is funded by the German government, right? So yes. Any more questions that you have? Any questions? Dr. Saju?
Okay, sir. If there are no questions, we will soon wind up, sir. Students are
Absolutely.
requested to ask questions if there are any. Can I just interrupt? If there are classes made, if there's a chance for conducting offline classes, can you just explain what could be done on that if we have a chance when this pandemic vanishes away?
Yeah. If we have an opportunity to conduct offline classes, then I will be coming to St. Joseph College and the college would provide me a space to teach, yeah, a classroom to teach. Then the minimum number of students, if we have about 40 students, we can start a batch. Again, the duration would be 8 weeks, 2 hours a day, maybe after your regular classes or before the day begins, whatever suits all the students. And the course fee would remain the same, and we can have the classes there.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So students, any questions that you have, you can talk to Dr. Saju, and especially once you go through the PowerPoint presentation, which he would be sharing with you very soon. Yeah, you can ask questions. He would be able to pass on the queries to me, and it was a pleasure talking to all of you, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the weekend as well. Thank you.
Let me just give you a vote of thanks, sir. On behalf of all the participants gathered here, and also the principals, vice principals, and all the coordinators of the program, I thank Mr. Pradeep DH, who is the director of Smile German classes, especially in Irinjalakuda. So thank you very much, sir, for favoring us, our institute, and managed to give us solutions to learn the German language, and also giving our students instructions on how to move about learning the language, as well as finding higher studies, job opportunities possible for the academic community. Thank you very much for your intervention, sir. Thank you all. Let's call it a day, sir. Is it okay?
Yes, yes. I'm logging out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.